the LIV Tour is back in action for the first time since all of this went down with the LIV Tour and the PGA Tour. And they're in Valderrama in Spain, the famous course in Spain named after TJ's friend Wilmer. Yeah. Impressive that he's got a course named after him.
That guy is all over.
And they had a press conference with Dustin Johnson. Brooks Koepka, I've heard of him, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, PGA champion, Chip Wanamaker Trophy winner, right?
5-time major winner.
And Phil. They were all sitting there in Valderrama. And Phil didn't speak at the U.S. Open and didn't make the cut. So this is the first time we're hearing from him since the merger, but don't call it a merger. Phil had this to say when asked if he wants back on the PGA Tour.
I mean, I think that right now we have basically an agreement to have an agreement. So there's really, and everything over the last couple of years that we've been told by Greg and everybody on LIV has come to fruition. So we have a lot of confidence in what they have been saying to us because everything has been happening, and we don't really feel the need to publicly posture our position. So there's really no need for us to talk about things publicly, but to just let it play out.
I don't think you answered. Just specifically, do you have any interest in playing in the PGA Tour in the future?
So rather than just say like yes, no, I know that I would say that all of the, from a player experience, all of the difficulties and challenges and the things that take a lot of excessive energy output throughout the week have been fixed at LIV. And so the player experience here is incredible. And I just can't envision a better scenario for me as a player than playing out here on LIV.
Dustin Johnson talking about the same thing. The player, let's just call it what it is. The players on the LIV Tour absolutely love it there. They play 54 holes. They travel the world. They are making a gajillion, billion, trillion
So much money.
dollars. Okay.
Infinite zero.
They are, I'm sure, staying in the finest hotels. I'm sure their families are treated like royalty by the royalty that runs this league and tour. And he said what Greg's told him. It ain't the cousin from Succession. It's Greg Norman. And who knows if Norman's still involved? Nobody knows what the next step is, which is exactly why Phil is just living in the moment, in the present. There's no need to publicly posture because that's only going to kick the hornet's nest. And they believe LIV's going nowhere. Now, the document that we just are beginning to see for the first time over the last 24, 48 hours that's going to be front and center at a United States Senate hearing on July 11th. 6-page document between the PGA Tour and the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia. It says that the LIV Tour, whether it lives or dies, will be at the discretion of the new company that has 3 members of the 4-member board seats being PGA Tour types. Americans, PGA Tour types. Sounds like the LIV Tour is dead as a doorknob to me. Mm-hmm. But these guys are living in their Valderrama bubble, having a blast. And, la-dee-da. I don't think any of them are sitting there with their Wanamaker trophies and their jackets, or all of them, worried about, am I going to the PGA Tour or not? I don't think, and case in point, Phil Mickelson is actually thinking the opposite if you really want to get inside of what he's saying. Because I don't know who asked this question, but it's a team golf tour. What's the name of his team? High Flyers?
High Flyers.
They're the High Flyers. I think it's, for those scoring at home, it's HY.
Yep.
And then capital F Flyers,
They're
right?
also being sued for logo infringement.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess they might get sued for cape infringement because they're High Flyers. They're selling capes for kids. I don't think it's that cape. Not Crusaders. Well done. I don't think it's Crusaders. I think it's flying like, if I had to guess, it's Superman. I don't know. Here was Phil Mickelson. You tell me if this sounds like a guy who's thinking about the PGA Tour and whether he's going back. Hit it.
I noticed that we are selling high flyer capes in the merch tent. Can you tell us a little bit about the genesis of the high flyers capes?
It's aspirational, Jane. It's not for everybody, but it's a cool thing about our team, and it's the creativity of my wife Amy and what she brings. And we envision a lot of little kids, running around the golf course in capes, and that's kind of what we're hoping for. And have them dreaming about being a high flyer one day. So I know we're only a year into LIV, but where it's going to be in 10, 15, 20 years is pretty exciting.
Are we going to see you in a cape one day?
Yeah, possibly.
There you go. Sounds like a guy who's got the PGA Tour on the brain, huh? You know what's going to be fun? When they do the valuation of the LIV Tour and they go line by line, and then there's going to be a line that says capes. And somebody's going to be like, who ordered the capes? Oh, it's the Mickelsons. They ordered the capes. The capes are going to be online on them. I don't know how expensive.
Hold on, let me check.
Do you see what I'm? It doesn't matter. Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
They think it's there.
It's a joke, man.
10, 15, 20 years, the LIV Tour? Phil was asked about that last soundbite.
One other thing, oddly, most people think that LIV is going to go away. They thought that the agreement basically said that. But you're talking about capes, you're talking about going to the future. So it seems like all of you believe that this is going to be around for a while.
I think actions are a little bit stronger than words. I think if you just look at what LIV is doing and what we're doing, I think that will is more of a statement.
I honestly don't know what that means. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. I can't. I don't see what the LIV Tour is doing, quite frankly, because I don't watch it.
They don't turn a profit.
I don't know what they are doing, except making these players insanely wealthy and happy. They look so happy. Radio audience, these three guys look so happy. They don't miss the Travelers in Cromwell, Connecticut at all. They don't. Dustin Johnson says, I don't want to play more golf than I'm already playing. They don't miss it at all. And anybody pushes back saying, well, they don't play enough golf to win majors. The guy in the middle, Brooks Koepka, just won again. So to me, the only way the LIV Tour does survive, and this is, if I had to guess, like what's more likely, you know what's most likely? That the LIV Tour does survive, because this deal ain't going through. And the capes will still be in the tent for you to put on your kids if you want to be like the Mickelson team golf players. What a time to be alive as a child. You can get a high-flying cape.
Not currently available on the high flyers.
I don't know.
Page.
I mean, that's soon to come. And honestly, does that sound like... He's like, oh, yeah, my wife is coming up with these ideas. And the Saudis are like, yeah, make the capes. Sure, go ahead. We'll sell them. Because you're Phil Mickelson and you're happy. Your kids are happy. Your wife's happy. Are golf fans happy? They say it's better for golf.
Nobody is watching.
I don't know what else to say other than the fact that anybody that's out there wringing their hands over, well, how are they going to let these players back into the PGA Tour? They're like, I don't give a damn. I'm selling capes. I'm here in Spain. Greg Norman's telling us we're good from his yacht, lifting his glass like he's Randolph or Mortimer or whatever. Billy Ray looking good. That's what they're like.
Good.
Feeling good. Enjoy the Senate hearing. We're here in Valderrama.
Valderrama.
I know that. I mashed it together. And scene. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.